I'm here with Maslen, Jai Chen Hips, who top 32 Toronto Regional with.
Heraldic Ryzeal.
What do you think about the deck?
I think the deck is definitely a very strong variant of Ryzeal. I wouldn't say it's the best. I think Mitsu is still the best, but this version of the deck does have strengths and plays at a different axis than the deck, so opponents were less prepared for it. Anyways, starting with the main deck Ryzeals play obviously 2x, 2 ice, 2 sword. I had to give back one that I was borrowing. If these were at 3, you would play 3, but basically you just want to be able to get access to X as much as possible because he is the most important card in your deck because he'll be sending the Heraldic XYZ, which is a double foolish. And then for the one of Ryzeal monsters, we play 1 node, 1 star. Star, as much of a brick as it is, it's still very important because there are times where you can play under draw when you open Ice plus any other Ryzeal name, where you can summon Star to set cross. It's also important in this version of the deck because I play Plasma Hole, because there are times where you will be locked out of using the Ryzeal's materials, so you need to make Detonator on your opponent's turn. For more consistency, triple Tachyon, Bonfire, and Prosperity. Prosperity is not super good. There's not many free targets for you to banish, but it's still kind of necessary because you just want to keep your starters up, as well as the fact that Prosperity can also add an extender. And then for the Ryzeal spell traps, we play 1 cross, 1 plugin, 1 plasma hole. So this is a suboptimal version of the list. I wanted to Handloop 5, and that requires plugin. But Plasma Hole and Cross, very good cards. Even post side against certain matchups, I would keep the Cross in, even Star, simply because Cross helps force out a lot of disruptions.
Was there a way to loop without plugin?
Without plugin, you can still hand loop for, I believe, 3 cards, maybe 4. But plugin just allows you for that one extra hand loop, right? It's just funny. I wanted to be funny. Moving on to the Heraldics, we play Triple Griffin. So this card is basically Heraldic Circular. It can special summon itself by sending a Heraldic from your deck to grave as cost, and it locks you into using Heraldics and numbers as material for the rest of the turn. So that is why we play Plasma Hole. It can also be treated as 2 materials for the XE summon of a number that requires 3 or more, which does come up with number 69. And then the target you're usually sending is Heraldic Beast Leo, which, when sent to the graveyard, mandatory effect to search for a Heraldic Beast monster. And the monster you're searching is usually Heraldic Beast Stad Whale. So on normal summon, this card can pitch 1 card to add 2 heraldry spell traps, and in the grave it can banish itself to target 2 heraldics with the same name and summon themselves both back, and then it will lock you the same as Griffin does. There are times where you will actually Griffin send Stad Whale because you will dump 2 Leos off the XYZ, which you will see soon. Just to help yourself play through certain hand drops. This card will relatively never resolve. People see Search 2 and they automatically hit it, so that is another reason why sometimes you don't go for the normal summon of this and instead send it. And then for the search targets off the Stad Whale, we play 2 advanced heraldry art. So this is the reason what makes the deck tick. It can special summon 2 heraldics from the grave, not once per turn, and immediately XYZ summon. Note that this can make any XYZ, so you can make stuff like Dual Drive, Baguska, and anything else. Moving on to the hand traps, I played 17 hand traps. This is a 42 card deck. So I played Triple Fua, Triple Ash, Triple Droll, Triple Nib, 2 Ghost Spell, Triple Imperm, and then to finish it off, 1 Call Ball. This hand trap lineup was pretty solid. Not really any conflict between Fua and Droll. As you know, you just Fua first. If it gets stopped, then you can Droll. And if Fua resolves, then you can use Droll on the follow-up if you don't end up killing.
Any reason why only 2 Ghost Spell?
So 2 Ghost Spell was because I wanted to keep the deck slightly above 40, but I didn't want to go too high. So I decided to cut a 3rd Heraldry spell trap that I was playing and cross out in order to play these, because it's semi-generic. It hits the 2 best decks in Mitsu and Malice, but it's not a super high impact hand trap, so I didn't want to play 3 copies of it. So that's it for the main deck. As I said, 42 cards. Simply just wanted to go slightly above 40 because there are a bunch of bricks. For the extra deck, 1 duo drive, 1 detonator. Not much to say here. If detonator was at multiple copies, you'd probably play 2. For the cards that most people probably don't know, number 69, Heraldic Ryzeal. This is an old card, which on summon, mandatory effect to negate all other XYZs in the field. So you gotta be careful when making this because it can permanently negate your own detonator. But its main effect is you can target another XYZ in the field and copy its effects, which is how you get the Handloop going. And it's also a number monster that requires 3 or more materials, so Griffin plus another monster can make it. And there's a new evolution of it, Shatter Stream, which you can slap on top of it for free. And when an opponent's monster on the field activates effect, it can pop that monster to immediately XD summon into Dark Matter Demolition, which can't be destroyed by battle card effects and is a Malice player's worst nightmare because it can detach 1 to change one of their names to unknown, and then also negates the effects of all unknown cards your opponent controls. For the Handloops, the fun cards, play 2 Ouroboros and 1 Laplation. I realized after I had already submitted my deck list that you can get away with playing 1 Ouroboros and 1 Laplation and still Handloop 5. But the reason why this deck works is because you will be looping Ouroboros 4 times. So, because it is soft once per turn to detach 1, and you can send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the grave. Laplation was a last minute addition, and I think is one of the best cards in the extra deck. Going second, when you break most of your opponent's board, this can clean it up really easily, as well as getting rid of one of their last cards in hand. It was really clutch in a lot of situations. And then you play 1 Baguska, plan B. Just very solid to stop plays, and just if you get stopped making Baguska pass, can sometimes just make your opponent pass back. Dugaris, this does come up in some combos because you want the monsters engraved. So instead of starting to make duo drive, you make this because it detaches for cost. It's also a number monster, so you can use number monsters such as Baguska and Dugaris and another Heraldic monster, and you can actually make twins that way if you're already locked. Excite Knight, I just wanted another card for going second in the extra deck. I think I made this once and it was okay. Most of the time I was just making Laplation, so I'd probably still play it going forward. Masquerade for the Tachyon target. I did make it once because it is a number monster that requires 3 materials, so once again, Griffin effect. And then for the X targets, the most important one, what makes this deck tick? Number 18, Heraldry Patriarch. When this card is sent to the graveyard, not once per turn, it can send 2 Heraldic Beasts from your deck to your grave. So you would send Leo and another name, and then Leo would trigger the search. Be aware that obviously because it's not once per turn, you can reattach it through various ways, and then you can detach it again to get to foolish another 2. So in the regular 5-card hand loop, you will be foolishing 4 cards off this 1 card. Then we have Twins and Aggregator. Just you can make twins a lot, and Aggregator just there to help you break boards. On to the side deck. The side deck was by far and away the worst part of this deck. Over prepared for Malice. I don't know why I'm always so scared about that. I only played 1 Malice all day, but I only didn't really side much in. There was a lot of matchups where I was only siding in 2 cards, so definitely don't follow this as an example. I played 3 Lancia, 3 Meows, and 3 Chaos Hunter. As you can see, a little bit overboard. Meows was okay, but because I only played against 1 Malice and I didn't even see any of these, Lancia and Chaos Hunter were kind of bad. Then I played 1 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster. Didn't want to play 2 Storms just in case. You don't want to bother risking drawing 2 copies of the same card. And the reason why I didn't play 2 Storms is because I wanted to make space for the 1 Crossout. Because going first, I realized I had 4 slots to take out. So I wanted to put in a 1 of, which was Crossout, and then 3 Judgments. In hindsight, this could have also been Harpy's Featherstorm because Griffin is a winged beast. So if you get stopped, you know, Featherstorm broken card. But Judgment was pretty solid. Crossout would have been good. I don't think I saw it all day, but yeah, that's the main deck. Considering how little practice I had with this deck, I was very satisfied with it. It was also a very fun deck to play. Compared to some other Ryzeal variants where I find very boring, the amount of plays and gas you're able to have with the Heraldic cards definitely makes it much more interesting. So if you're definitely interested in playing one version of the Ryzeal deck, but you don't want to pay all that money for the Mitsu cards, definitely give this deck a try. So here I'm just going to quickly show you guys the 1-card Handloop 5 combo. 1.5 cards. It requires 1 X and 1 random discard. So what we're going to start with, we are going to special summon X. We're going to send the Heraldry Patriarch. We are going to trigger Patriarch Chainlink 1, X Chainlink 2. X is going to add you your sword, and Patriarch is going to Foolish 2, so you're going to Foolish 1 Leo and 1 Griffin.
You'd rather chain block the Patriarch than X?
Yes, because any other level 4 you can still combo off, but Patriarch getting negated is very devastating. So, now that you dump this, on a new chain, Leo effect mandatory is going to trigger. And you're going to search your stat whale. So now you're going to normal summon your stat whale, you're going to activate its effect, discarding your random card to add 2 Heraldry spell traps. So you're going to add both copies of Advanced Heraldry Art. Now you're going to special your Sword Ryzeal, since you have a Ryzeal monster on the field, and use its effect. You're going to grab a copy of Ice. And then as the 4th summon, you're going to make your first XC summon into the Ouroboros. You will now use the Ouroboros effect, detaching a card. And then you have now gotten rid of 1 card from your opponent's hand. After that, you're going to activate the Advanced Heraldry Art, targeting any 2 of the Heraldics in your grave, special summon them both back, and immediately XYZ summon into Duo Drive. You're going to trigger Duo Drive to search 2. And you're going to search for copies of Plugin and Node. After this, you're going to take these 2 monsters, and you're going to XC summon into your copy of Eclipse Twins. And then you're going to special summon the X by sending the Eclipse Twins. You will then trigger the Eclipse Twins in the graveyard. You will target the Ouroboros and the Patriarch. This is how you're going to get multiple dumps, and you're going to summon the Ouroboros with Patriarch as nature. So now for the second hand loop, you'll activate Ouroboros, and then on a new chain, Heraldry Patriarch will trigger once again. You'll send another copy of Leo and another copy of Griffin. Next, you're going to special summon Node. Use Node effect, sending the Ouroboros. To special summon back a random name, it doesn't really matter. Just summon back the X. Then you can take these 3 into your second copy of Ouroboros or Laplacian. Activate the effect. So if you have now hand looped them for 3. Activate the plugin, targeting the Ouroboros and Grave. Special summon it back. And attach from your deck the Plasma Hole. Activate this Ouroboros since it hasn't been activated, so you have now hand looped your opponent for 4 cards. And then to finish it up, you'll activate the Advanced Heraldry Art, targeting 2 names, so you'll target the Leo and the Griffin. One of the targets has to be Griffin because you will be immediately XYZ summoning into the funny number, number 69 Heraldry Crest. So this will trigger, negates all of the XCs, and then you will use Heraldry Crest targeting either of the Ouroboros to copy the effects. So now, since the effect is Ouroboros, you can detach 1 material, detaching the Griffin specifically. And then you have now hand looped to your opponent for 5 cards. But you're not done here, because now you can summon the Shatter Stream on top for another form of disruption. And then to finish it off, you will use the effect of your Stad Whale, banishing itself, targeting both copies of Griffin, and you will special summon them both in defense. And then to make the board even harder to crack when your opponent has 1 card in hand, you make plan B. So off 1.5 cards, you have Handloop your opponent for 5 and end it on Shadow Stream plus Bagooska. So that'll be it for the deck profile. In terms of shoutouts, shout out 3 Kingdoms for letting us do the deck profile in the store, Hobbiesville in Ottawa, all the other people from Ottawa, Ali for lending me every Ryzeal card in this deck, Pan, Ivan behind the camera, everyone else that came with me to regionals, and yeah, Heraldic B's best deck.